Hey guys, Henry FSC Defense Channel with another video. Regulator maintenance part 2. In the last video we did the trigger mechanism. Very important to keep that clean, to keep from getting malfunctions. And I will go through and disassemble the air chamber portion of the regulator in this video to show you guys what's up. Alright, so everybody knows this side. What this side is your velocity adjustment. So take your velocity screw and you back that all the way out. I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I do. I don't know if I'm really gaining a ton of FPS or if I just have to do less turns. But I have shimmed it with a washer. See how that washer fits right on top of there? Yep, I stuck a washer in there. Alright. And here goes my regulator spring. This is really heavy duty spring. Now, the technicians at First Strike, they told me when I sent my FSC in that over tightening my velocity made this spring bind. Now, as you can see, this is a really heavy duty spring, so I highly doubt that was the issue. However, I went ahead and purchased some more just so I'll have backups, but I mean, they're exactly the same size as the brand new ones. I mean, like I said, they designed these things for paintball games and not for the velocities that we shoot them at for self-defense. So, you know, when I was discussing what I used my marker for, he wasn't super thrilled about it, and came back this, ended up being all this stuff. So, yeah. Don't over tighten your markers. Don't go crazy on the velocity because there might be some merit to that. Who knows? But what I found out is all of this stuff is what was really causing all of those wonky malfunctions. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is get the spring pad out of here. Okay, I just stuck this the Allen key that you use to adjust the relief valve, and the relief valve is actually in here. This is your spring pad, and if you tighten this down too far, you are going to mess it up. So definitely don't do that. They only cost 16 bucks, but sometimes they'll be in stock, other times they won't be. This is a little pinhole valve, if you could see that. That's what I was talking about. If you shave down your magazines, you don't want any metal in there because stuff like that can get clogged. You have this O-ring, you have this hollow, I don't really want to take that out, but you have this hollow Allen bolt, you have a very delicate thin spring inside of this chamber, and at the bottom you have this valve with a very tiny O-ring. So long story short, do not over tighten your relief valve. Okay, so that's all that's in that side. So I always keep a dime handy. Got it in my toolkit so that you can take off the front plate of your regulator. See how that goes right in? It's kind of curved, so flathead screwdriver works, but not as good as a dime. All right, here's that cap. There's a spring. All right. In the front, you've got 4 pieces. There's an O-ring that didn't pop out. All right. You got this brass sleeve. You've got your ball bearing. You've got your spring. Okay. So all this stuff, you know, you can clean it, lube it, whatever you want. You know, I just had this apart not too long ago, so I cleaned it. I had my Q-tips down in here. You know, because like I said, I don't know how paint got so far back into the gun, but there was paint everywhere. So I just went and gave it a really good cleaning. WD-40. I took rags and twisted them down in there, took my Q-tips, swabbed everything out. And so this is how you reinstall it. So there's one side that the ball bearing will go in. That's not it. This is the side because it falls down. Then you have this O-ring that seats right there. Now, see how easy that fell out? So what you want to do, this is going in the short end. This, the trigger side, so which is the front of your regulator. Or this is a longer channel. That's where your spring pad, and all that good stuff goes. This ball bearing is going to go in the short side. So this is where your trigger arm is. So you insert it upside down. Push it in as far as you can. There you go. Then you can turn it upside down. That way you don't lose that ball bearing and that washer seating, because it's not really going to hold. Okay, so you just drop your spring down in there, in that hole. And then you put your cap back on there. Cap actually has some very small pinholes in it. Alright, being careful not to cross thread it. Clean and lube those O-rings there. Okay, flip it around. Your spring pad, you got an O-ring there, lube that up. Put a couple drops of oil down in there. It's really good. I did it yesterday. So push that down. Got my spring. Got my little cheater washer. You don't necessarily have to do that. Something I've been doing lately, and it hasn't hurt anything. I don't think I'm getting any more FPS, but I guess I don't know. Maybe a little more even tension. I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe I'll have to test it one day. Okay. There we go. You want this to rotate nice and smooth. If you're feeling any resistance when you first start to tighten this down, then you're going wrong. I saw a video once where they said they have it flush and then they tighten it 6 times. 2, 5, 6. Of course, that's for paintball, so I'm going to 8. I'm going to go 9 times. And then, of course, I'm going to chronograph it and set my velocity. But essentially, that's it. That's part 2 of the teardown, and always check to make sure this concert of your bolt catch trigger mechanism is working fine, and that's working perfect. Nice and clean. I got all the gunk out. Yeah, push, push, release, release. Yep, that's what you want right there. All right, and that's the air valve relief, the air chamber of your regulator. Hope you like this video. Please like, please subscribe. Getting close to 100 subscribers, guys. I'm going to keep putting out great content for you. Make sure you subscribe. Really helps me out, fellas. And always stay safe and take care of each other.